I'm wrong.
Maybe they changed it, I don't know.
Who knows?
We're ready though.
I am too.
Oh no, I need to connect to the internet.
And maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. The first meeting is at 2 and the others at 2:30. Because you have the resident council and then you have the big wigs.
Yeah, I never know this one.
That's a monthly thing. Something to do.
Yeah. It's nice and cool in here too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
My IP address has been blocked.
Oh my gosh, can you see?
Oh, those are for the residents check out. I only have those on for residents.
Are you gonna get meeting here
Mm-hmm.
soon?
Mhm.
What time?
2 o'clock. Okay.
Take the, the walk.
Huh?
You're gonna take the walk or?
For about 3:34.
Cheap back back.
people have moved to Lower or Muhlenberg and they don't get the emails anymore, so I'm gonna give them hard copies, so I'm gonna have to revise my count when Julie brings them.
Right.
And as people get older, they're asking them to email rather than read them because they can't read the screen. They're out of it.
Yeah.
I found it's, so I'm having to mail more now too,
Oh, dear.
which is okay, I mean, we've got.
You're right.
Having more printed. You might have to be. The app?
Yeah.
No, I didn't, because they were, they're downstairs. And they were ready to be put in the boxes. Took them down this morning.
It's okay if you had one, I can
No,
hold up and look at.
I didn't think to bring one.
It's okay, not a problem.
We can go back up and get it.
No, 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 no. It was just the thought that popped in my head.
It's just, it's a nice thing about walking. It's still got the wrong date for the funeral out there.
Oh, dear.
It's got August 31st and July 31st.
Oh, dear.
I gotta re-announce the date to you. But, you know, hi, Jose.
Hey,
Good.
hello, Jose.
Hello, gonna remind you next week, not this month.
Well, something else I should be learning about. Hello.
And then Joe called me, and Sue wants me to play music with the server.
No, we can't.
It was only, I don't think it was
When
like.
they played it, they were going
I'm appreciating it.
that's the time.
Over there, up there, back over there, up there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's okay.
Be more information next month.
Sue wanted it.
About the best bet.
His Walt's brother is Spanker.
Yeah, we'll be for a while. I'll still be here for a while too. You've been warned.
Nobody will take your.
Oh, no, that's not good.
I don't want, I'll see you about stuff that I don't want to do in the first place.
And how are you today?
But when he called, I said, just call me. Don't ask me to play on the road. I'm not going to.
Well, we have to try.
I'm trying to get some dinner put together for next Monday. We've got 24 people coming from Germany.
Wow.
Yeah.
Say good morning, but that won't work now.
Hi, Gary.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, it's first responders, and
Oh,
we're giving out some scholarships. So I've got mayor,
Any relief?
Yes, I did, thank you very much. We're gonna make a trip, yeah, we're gonna have a trip to the homes.
going all right?
We were like,
Yeah, it could go up a little, it could go up a little bit.
Yeah, a little louder. Yeah, that's
Little louder.
Get them closer to your mouth.
Little louder?
That's better.
That's better? I feel like I'm eating it.
Yeah,
It's almost as good as lunch.
it's a unidirectional microphone, it's not omnidirectional.
Just don't pretend it's an ice cream cone and go.
I know. People at the table, then they all send it back and they
Yes,
go,
that's it, please.
so they, Gerardo came over, and we told him about the soup, and he took Susan's bowl of soup, the chef, and then the chef from the back came out, and he tasted the soup, and then you saw him pick up the whole thing and go in the kitchen.
Larry? We're gonna have a big crowd at.
Rob's little woman.
Would you like me to put your name on the list? Okay, because, we got 24 people coming from the community, plus scholarship winners this time, so, the list is gonna fill it fast, so I'll go ahead and put your names. Before I put it out.
Great.
Okay.
We got it. Thank you.
You will, well,
It's right in the middle of that pond. I know.
and we'll probably have a lot of stuff to give away this time, so. Boil your fingers before you get done.
In other words, the joke's short.
I don't care about that, but.
Let's see, how am I gonna fix this so I'll win them all?
Yeah, yeah. Sort of like the guy that goes into the pizza parlor, orders a large pizza. And the clerk says, would you like me to cut that in 8 pieces or 16? He said, you better make it 8, I don't think I can eat 16.
I like that, that's great.
Not that long. Tell me anything you know. You'll believe this one. I don't know what can I get right here.
It's Jim, it's Jim.
I know that this one is.
That's what I just said. I just told her,
Missing mine out.
I just told her the same thing.
But it's coming. Well, sometimes. Not too hard out, I guess just stay on the machine. If you lay down. Walk, good.
You wanna sit
No,
in?
I'll sit in there.
You're okay?
Thank you.
I don't see you out of your chair very often, that's why.
Yeah. Well, I go slow and easy. Take my lungs with me. Hi. Hi. Hey. Oh, yeah. Just wonderful.
Can you
Good afternoon, everybody. Where it is 2:00, time to begin. Thank you all for coming, and let's see what kind of news we have today. First of all, the minutes from the last meeting.
President Council open meeting Wednesday, June 26, 2024. These are the minutes. The meeting was called to order by President Don Hicks at 2:09 p.m. All members of the Resident Council were present with the exception of Diane Swing, who was on vacation. The minutes of the open council meeting of May 22nd, 2024 were approved as read. President Don Hicks gave the Treasurer's report in the absence of Diane Swing. The balance in the Employee Appreciation Fund at that time was $13,389.90, which is approximately $3,000 behind that of this time last year. Income for the month included $1,071 from resident contributions, $108 from the jar in the general store, and $69 from the contribution boxes. She reported that staffing has increased, and that results in the need for more contributions in order to provide an adequate gift at Christmas this year. There was no report from a representative to the board. The next board meeting will be in September, at which time a representative from the council will be present. Orrin Benedict provided a report from the grounds committee. Pat DeYoung expressed a concern regarding the blowing of trash from the landscape employees into the Lorber garage, which is causing considerable dirtiness into the cars parked in that location. This has been referred to the Facilities Department for action. Ken reported for the Buildings Committee. It stated that all action items are current and any new additions are being referred to the proper area as needed. Richard Cunningham reported for the Budget Committee. They will be meeting in July, and a report will be available at the next open council meeting. There was no new business, and there being no further business to come before the meeting, it was adjourned at 2:28 p.m. Respectfully submitted, Ken McMillan, Secretary.
Are there any errors? Hearing none, the minutes are approved as read. Treasurer's report. Okay, the home auto withdrawal fund, which we all do, or a lot of us do, was $834.
Contributions?
Those are contributions, yeah, the auto contributions that are taken, we get a report on. The gift store donations, which included the last 3 months, was $247. The hall, the two EAF hall box donations came to $10, and the general store EAF jar came to $87. Our ending balance is now $14,566.
And are we below?
We are still below. Thank you, Diane. I'll start here. The budget committee, please.
We met in July, and unfortunately, it took us a complete hour to go over the budget itself. There was a lot of stuff on there.
Closer.
And we kind of approved in a roundabout way what was on there. And we're going to meet, I think, again in August, and we'll have more information as to what has occurred.
Thank you, Richard. Orrin, please.
we've not had a meeting of the grounds committee since the, last, open meeting that we've had. Our next meeting will be in August 15, at which time I will bring you all up to speed on what's going on there.
Thank you, Warren. Ken, when you have a minute?
I don't have a minute. I ran out of minutes. The Buildings Committee met on July 11th. At that time, we discussed several items. We're still looking for a bench for the third floor head. We thought we had a new one, but it was too long and we had to remove it. We don't need it sticking out or anything. It was also blocking the button for the use of the elevator. So we're still looking for a bench for that area. There was a report that some of the exit lights are not lit and are not visible. So Jeff is having all of the exit lights checked and throughout the everybody, Adams and here and Wallenberg and in the whole complex. He's having those checked, and they will be replaced if necessary, and that bulbs or whatever they do with them will be fixed as necessary. There was a report that the exit doors on the east end of the dining room are being blocked by wheelchairs and power chairs. When people want to sit a certain place, they move the regular dining room chairs and they put them in front of that door, and we can't block the exit doors because that is the only other exit out of the dining room except for the main entrance. So we ask that you do not put your if you're going to sit at a table and you need to move a chair, please ask the dining staff to move the chair for you so they can put it someplace that's not blocking any exits. There was a report that all the chairs next to the general store had been removed and we couldn't figure out why. But I think there's two or three up there now, so you can sit and wait for the elevator or wait for the store to open or whatever you need. There was a request from the new to use store that there'll be a new laundry washer and dryer for their use up on the 5th floor of the Adams building. That has been placed in the capital budget for next year to be presented to the trustees when they meet in September. There was a report that the dining room doors of the entrance to the main dining room like waiting area, the insulation was not properly installed when they remodeled the dining room, and that has been repaired now, so there should be no problem with that. There was also a report that the temperature in the pool water was getting a little cool, and there is a checklist that they're supposed to be doing every day, and so Jeff is making sure that every item on that list for that particular area is being checked off and updated on a daily basis. Jeff reported that the carpet in the chapel had been steam cleaned because while we were using the the auditorium for dining, we were having to use the chapel for staff meetings, and the dining room got pretty well messed up with water and coffee and food and stuff, so that has been cleaned and it's back in good working condition. Jeff did report that because of the additional number of new residents, he has requested through administration for more staff because their housekeeping and facilities is just running out of. They just don't have enough time to accomplish everything they need to accomplish, and so I hope to have another report on that at our next meeting as a follow-up. Our next meeting will be on Thursday, August the 8th. And so if you have any concerns between now and the next couple of weeks that you can't take care of yourself, like through facilities or housekeeping or administration or whatever, please contact me or any member of the council and we'll bring it up at our next Buildings Committee meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. The next yard sale will take place on Thursday, November 14th
And the setup will be on the 13th, and we'll be receiving donations probably between 9 and 12 or something like that. I'll give you more information on that. That's still quite a way out, but we will be having another yard sale. Who else? And somebody reported to me that their automatic Employees Association Appreciation Fund was not taken out of their account. So with all the kerfluffle in finance, when you all check if you're due automatic withdrawal that they have been taking it out, I don't always read my statement, but I'm getting better at it because of the problems we've been having.
You asked this question, that's how much less than last year.
Okay. For the Employee Appreciation Fund, we are $4,923 less than this time last year.
The total again?
Here,
No,
Richard.
just tell me.
$4,923.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. I got it.
Okay. Election time is coming up. We'll, tomorrow you'll find applications and the things you need in your mailbox. And we usually get a CV plus why you want to be on the board. And then in August, you'll come up here and address everybody with a little bit about yourself, and so everybody knows your background, not just the board members.
There's 2 openings.
And there are 2 openings. Yeah. Okay. And, pardon?
His term was up this year anyway.
One other.
Richard goes off until.
And Richard is going off, but he was an appointee, so he has the right to run if he so chooses. Okay?
This is.
Just so you're not confused at why he's on the ballot. Should he so choose, that's why he has the right to be on the ballot.
John, this is one of those times of cycle in the election where it's a 2-person opening. We usually have 3.
No.
But-
It's 2, 2, and 3.
I know, but this, well, whatever.
This is the 2 this year, yeah.
This is the 2 term, so that's why there's only 2 openings this time. If Bill's term was up this year.
Oh, yeah, yes, Susie, sorry.
Was there any conversation by the resident council to have any participation in the Summerfest that we just had? As-
No, we were not included.
Did you ask them to be included?
I did not ask, I was busy doing something else. But, no,
I'm really sorry, Dawn, I didn't mean that
No,
to you
no.
just personally, I meant, did the council for the residents approach them to see if there was something that we could do?
Well-
Could have been, maybe just a donation jar out there for the Employees Appreciation Fund. And then, are we going to be doing anything for the family barbecue? Have you done anything about that?
Okay, Susie, Susie's asking why, there was no way for participation. Last weekend, it was mainly outside people. I think perhaps at the family barbecue, it might be appropriate to put a box out, because it's people more directly associated with the, residents.
John?
Yes.
We'll have to check with Tim.
Yeah, we have to check, well, not Tim, it's somebody else that's doing it. But, yeah, we have to check, I'll have to check with the other end. Yes.
Well, then, Dawn, why are we waiting for the week, the 4 days before to check with somebody to do something?
Well, to be very frank, Susie, I never thought of it, okay? And nobody else on the board thought of it.
Then what good is the board?
Oh, come on.
Oh, wow.
Okay, now,
Don't start, because I'll
yes,
be back
Barbara.
there.
I wonder, could you please summarize what the requirements are if somebody wants to run for the resident council?
I don't have it in front,
Let me have it.
but the requirements are, will be in your box tomorrow.
The requirements are on the cover letter that will be in your box tomorrow. The most important one is, you must have been a resident of the home for 1 year, and husbands and wives may not serve concurrently on the board.
Okay?
I'm just running around.
Somebody else? Yes, Pat?
Run, Julie, run.
I guess not.
I have a question only because I came in the other night and it happened to be about 10 minutes after 8. I didn't realize, why are the doors being locked so early? I had a whole load of groceries and I couldn't even get in myself with my key or anything.
Well, the door, you can't get in the South Mall anytime during the day without your fob.
Well, I'm in Adams, not in South, I guess you consider
okay.
it South Mall, but
Well, where did you come in? At the end of Adams?
I came across from the parking garage with a load of groceries and things that I
No.
had. I could not get in,
So
thank God.
which door were you trying to get in? Is
Right,
what-
right by the mailboxes, I don't know what.
Okay,
door
that one too is locked. You have to be able to, yeah.
Yeah, but
You have to use your fob, my dear,
I
any
did.
time of the day.
the fob did not work.
I know.
I was standing there pounding on the door for
Okay,
almost 20
okay,
minutes.
well, I had a problem with my fob because it was old and hadn't been updated. So maybe you better go to
It's a brand new
Social
one.
Security, brand new?
It's a brand new one.
Okay.
Just because I lost my whole set of keys and I
Okay.
had to get all new.
Yes, Ken?
I'll try to speak loud. I had the same problem, and I discovered that the round fob doesn't always work on the doors, but the badge does.
Okay, our badges do.
The badges do.
Okay, our badges always work.
But
The
yes,
little
badges
fob does not always work.
correct.
Okay,
Well, nobody said that, but I think that's still too early, 8 o'clock. Not all of us go to bed at 8, 9 o'clock.
well, no,
you know,
but we don't want people wandering around after supper. You know, occasionally you see somebody wandering around that you have doubts as to whether they belong on campus.
Like me.
That's happening.
Okay, yeah, well, check it out, Pat, okay? Anything else? Yes, Jeannie? Yes, Jeannie? Oh, she's waiting.
For the microphone. Ken, is this working?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, Ken, I have a question for the building committee.
Yes.
We have a whole stack of, old, dining room chairs out here, the green ones with the wheels on them. Are there plans to repurpose those?
Haven't got a clue.
Okay, I'll have sold out at the meeting then.
Okay.
Or-
The wheels would be.
I think they've just sort of appeared out there, haven't they?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
They took them out of the dining room.
I have
Well,
no
they
idea.
took them from the dining room to here, they took them out there.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'd like to be.
Yeah. Okay, oh, she's stolen your microphone. Okay, Aaron.
The people you see in front of you, we are we are not special.
Don't
We
holler.
are 6 residents, just like you are, and we represent you. But we don't have any great knowledge of anything. We're just 6 people. If you have an idea, if you have an idea, approach one of the council members so that the council can suggest it or talk about it. Maybe the council will think it's a good idea or not. But if you've got something, talk to a council member. Give us a chance to represent you with whatever you have in mind.
Thank you, Warren. Okay. Is there any more business? I'll have a motion to adjourn the meeting, please. We have a motion and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Meeting is adjourned. 25.
They had to sign the thing again.
That's it? Yes. Yes. It's in my, I've got a bunch of those.
afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Aren't you glad we are indoors?
Yeah.
It is hot. I thought, oh my goodness. That question came from a few people. Are we gonna be outside? Oh, no, no, no. Anyways, welcome everybody. I'm glad, those of you who are here, and those of you who are watching us from the comfort of your apartment, of your own home, are, hopefully we'll get through this. Have a few things to talk about. Question has been, there's been a lot of questions, and I was just asked this week regarding sign-up sheets and the trips that we take, and do we have buses, and do we have drivers, and how come we can't get more tickets to go to X, Y, and Z? So lots of questions. So let me start first by telling you, and I know we've heard it before in town hall, it's not the way it used to be before. Before, we used to get tickets to go to many different places, and there was no limit. Now there's a lot of limits when you purchase. I was online last night, just to give you a little preview, try to get tickets for Hamilton. They're coming in November. I can only purchase, I have a big family, and I want to take my kids, my 4 kids and their significant others, and we can't get enough tickets for us. There's only a certain amount, even if you're a group, it's very difficult. So I spoke to Luz. Luz gave me a little bit of a rundown, because I know that for Mrs. Doubtfire, a lot of people didn't get to go. So here's a couple of things. They were only at first, and remember what's happening now. So I want you to make sure, because I know what I'm hearing now a lot. Well, this is what we used to do before. This is, and I don't want to pound the COVID word anymore, but things have changed since then for everyone, in communities and out in the real world, and things have changed. So first she was able to secure some tickets, very few, and then she was told these were not tickets that are for people who have ambulation issues. They don't have, they didn't have specific areas for handicapped or for, so they didn't have that. Then they changed it on Loose, and they said, oh yeah, we do have. So some people that had signed up, then they couldn't go because they didn't want to, go up and down these stairs. And you know how that, the Orpheum Theater is really tight. These are old buildings that were not made for ADA compliance, that we kind of made them ADA compliance as time went by. So she was able to get some, and then it's for, up the nosebleed section, whatever she got, and then they changed them on her. So the limited amount of people that were able to go is all the tickets that she was able to get, to secure. So that's what's happening. They're not giving us as before, oh, you have 20 people, we'll take 20 people. Oh, you have, we will do. Now it's very limited, even for groups and seniors as well. So that's one of the factors. The other factor, well, we have these buses. We don't have enough buses. We do have enough buses. What's happened, and I think we brought this up before, is people say, I want to go, there's a sign-up sheet. Again, I sat with Luz, and we have power chairs as well. So if we have power chairs, which we want to be able to open it up to everybody, then we could only have so many people to go if we have power chairs. So she gave me, 12 passenger bus. If we have 12 people go with no power chairs, then that's great. But if we have 2 power chairs, then only 10 people can go. If we have 3 power chairs, then only 8 people can go. So that limits us. That doesn't mean that we can't go. It's just a little bit, we have to be able to open it up to everyone. the 36 passenger bus is not operational, okay? And it's not because Queen is the only one that has air, license, she's the only one that has that, but the 36 passenger bus is the only ones that we require. That bus is non-operational. And we've said it before, if we have a big group, we will charter and you guys will be comfortable in an air conditioning. But some places, it's very difficult to get these large buses in. Some cities now are also being restrictive on where these buses can go and not go. And if we have people that are taking walkers and power chairs, it's a little bit more difficult. So, and are we gonna get, the other question before it comes up, are we gonna get another 36 passenger bus? To have it, to go places every once in a while, we rather, it's more cost effective if we charter, because what's happening on some of the outings that we've had outings and then, you know, everybody's ready to go, independent living outing, and then we had like 6 people, total. People that went to this outing was 5, and we had some on the waiting list, and then at the end of the time, nobody wanted to go. Now, that was not Mrs. Doubtfire. Everybody wanted to go to that one, but we had many. So I just want you to know that we are trying to do our due diligence, but we are continuing to go, and if we have an outing with a large amount of tickets or whatever that may be, a concert or a play or a musical or whatever it is, we will charter a bus if that is what we need, but we cannot charter a bus. I know Kim had chartered a bus, a large bus for one of the outings, and she had brought it up at a previous town hall, and at the end, when we were ready to go, only a few of those that had signed up were able to go that day, and we had this big great bus for a very few amount of people. So we have to look at that as well, okay? So I wanted to bring that up and give you that explanation, and remember, any questions that you have, if we can hold on to the end of the time before we start with the manager's updates, I will answer any of the questions that I have here on my list of updates to give you, and then we'll go. Does that sound fair? Yes? All right. MCYAF, you all received a notice from Terry on our new neighbors up at the event center. The Masonic Home Youth and Family group are moving into the event center. You all received that notice. And just letting you know that will probably be happening around probably end of September, but it'll be officially, they would be officially moved in October. What does that mean for events? It means that we will continue to do events outside with Kim and the events that she does, or Luz or Acacia Creek on the back of the event center. Obviously, we're gonna take under consideration the Masonic Home Youth and Family staff, that they have nothing going on, that we don't interfere with their clients and their meetings that they have. So one of the things that, you know, that is really important, I don't know if you know this, but in Covina, MCYAF has been a big staple since we had the children's home move away. So that has happened there. One of the homes that is there in Covina, it's the MCYAF home. That's what we call it. That's where they have the kids come in for counseling, families, parents, and that's what we want to do here. At the event center, it's the perfect place to have them here. Obviously, you know, we do have our psychologist that has left. She's part of that program, and we have someone already here that is doing some very minimal, meetings or appointments with the residents, but we will be getting someone else in as, permanent and full-time. But with having MCYF, next door, it will make things a lot easier, and if somebody needs an urgent, situation, we can call them and have them. And, they're gonna be, they are going to be doing an open house and, having the residents come up there, and of course, those that, we're not gonna make you walk on 100-degree weather all the way over there. We'll figure it out with, Luz and Kim, how do we get residents over there to an open house so you can see what they're all about. But I'm really excited to have MCYF on campus. I think it will benefit, them, it will benefit us, the Masonic Home residents as well, to have, everybody in one place. So that is happening with MCYF, over at the event center. Wallenberg. We have changes in Wallenberg. As you know, Wallenberg 5th and 4th floor are memory care floors. 3rd floor is also going to be a memory care floor. We are moving the residents from the 1st floor pavilion. Instead of having memory care in 2 different areas, we are moving residents, memory care residents, to 3rd floor Wallenberg. The entire building will be 3rd floor. Efficiency, we have staff that is going to be able to take care of all 3 floors. We have the staff that is over at Pavilion on the 1st floor will be moving over to Wallenberg 3rd floor. And this way, the program is gonna be in one place. The programming for memory care is gonna be in one place. Pavilion will be both floors, assisted living. Okay, so all of the pavilion, both floors are gonna be assisted living, and Wallenberg, all memory care. We have an open house for those 4 residents. We only have 4 at the pavilion 1st floor. For those 4 residents and their families on Thursday, which is tomorrow, on 3rd floor Wallenberg, and we will move the residents to Wallenberg 3rd floor on August 5th, Monday, August 5th. We already have the moving company. They're moving over here. The families are okay with the move, and hopefully everything will be smoothly. We're kind of a pros at moving people from place to place now. So that is going to be happening for the 4 families involved over at Pavilion 1st floor. Okay, so that's the other update that I had on the changes that are happening in the community. With that said, are there any questions before we start with the managers in their updates?
What about the floors in Lorber? What are they going to be used for? Are we still got, what, the 1st floor is closed, or the 2nd floor?
No, 2nd floor is open. 2nd floor is open. We do have half of that floor reserved for COVID because we still have COVID. The other is for skilled nursing memory. Okay, there's 2 different kinds of memory. Skilled nursing memory. 4th floor is for long-term, and 3rd floor is still short-term rehab as we've had it before.
Thank you.
So Lynette, I had this question posed to me, but I have it myself too. We have a stack of chairs out here that came out of the dining room. Is there a plan to repurpose those?
Yes, and Doug actually has an update for you on when he gives his update.
Okay, because I would like to place 10 of them somewhere in a special place if I could.
Okay, well, let's talk to, you know what, the best thing to do, talk to Doug, and then he'll bring it up also to the building committee, because we need to talk to the building committee.
Okay.
And let them know. Gary, over there?
Hey, I may know the answer to this question.
Hold on, Gary, hold on.
may know the answer to the question, my own question, whether this is the right place or not. But we talked about transportation, the volume of it, and, 6 here and 8 here or whatever. What about Grand Lodge? Is there a bus provided here to San Francisco?
Yes, during annual communication. For annual communication, we do have a bus that goes from here for annual communication to go to Grand Lodge.
That's what Grand, yeah, okay,
Okay?
good,
I
thank you.
saw other hands up on this side. Anyone else? All right. With that said, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the manager's updates, and I'm gonna have Chris come up because she has an important announcement to make. Thank you, Soledad. I love following Soledad. I don't have to move the mic that far. Now, Saul. But anyway, there have been a lot of requests and I'm not sure if I would call them complaints, just wanting to know how people can do this. We have residents, all of you.
Move the
Can you hear me?
Talk into the mic.
I thought I was.
No.
But is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. So we have a lot of people here that are friends and neighbors to each other. And sometimes when a neighbor isn't home for a few days, we wonder where they went and what happened. And then you ask the staff, and the staff says, well, I can't tell you that. And it's annoying, isn't it? Well, there is something that we can do about that, and I have been made aware that not everybody knows about it. So, I have this handy dandy little form here. I put copies in the back if you want them. This form is the authorization to access protected health information. You can fill it out for anybody. So if you want, I'm gonna pick on you, Barry, if you want your next door neighbor to know where you are when you're not there, put their name right there and their relationship as a friend and how long you want this ability to last. Give that to Jesse or in Lorber, to the staff in Lorber, and we'll put this, a copy of it on file. The front desk will be notified as well. So if somebody says, your next door neighbor, Fred, Fred says, gee, where's Barry? I can tell him. And this is available to everybody. So please, if you have questions about it or want to use it, let us know. I put about 49, because this is the 50th copy in the back of the room. So please take it if you want it. I will let you know that at the bottom of it, it says this authorization will expire blank years from date of execution of date of signature. If you don't want it to expire, put 99 years on it or something like that. I know, but because if it does have a short half-life there, because there's, you put 10 years and suddenly it's 12 years down the road, somebody's gonna notice, and then you have to do it again. So if you don't want it to expire, just give it a huge number, okay? Do you have any questions about that?
We don't have to worry about it.
Okay, thank you. Well, that's who's next. All right, I'm gonna have Cynthia come up and give us her report next. Good afternoon, I'm Cynthia Cruz. I'm the administrator at Lorber, the skilled nursing facility building. As you heard, currently we are still on our COVID outbreak. Visitations still remain. If you are going to go into a room that a resident has COVID in, or it is an isolation room, we do have special PPEs outside of the door. So if you're coming in to visit someone and you notice that there's something out at the door, you could put on whatever is needed, or you could ask a nurse to help you of what is required. We have different types of isolations. So we have different PPEs for each one. So you could always ask a nurse to help you out with whichever PPE is needed. Now, in Lorberg currently right now, all staff, we are all wearing N95 masks in the building. It is optional for visitors to wear a mask, but it is highly recommended that you do wear a mask, even if it's just a surgical mask, because COVID is still around and it's around in our building, and we just want to keep you safe as well as keeping the residents safe. Okay? We have halted the dining room for now because we just don't want the spread of COVID. We are still doing one-on-one activity visits, and we are still doing hallway bingo. So we are keeping the residents apart at least 8 feet away from each other, and all the residents are wearing masks. So when they do the bingo, they're still distancing between them. For next month, they are going to have the Lorber Olympics medal ceremony. They're also going to have Hot August Day celebration, including hula hands dance group. They will also have an Elvis performance. Also, we have hired a brand new admissions coordinator. So he has been working with us for now about 3 weeks, and he has been bringing in a lot of new residents to our building for short term and for long term, for extended care. He is also the main contact person now. His name is Mel. So, yeah, I think that's all I have. Okay, yes?
Hold on. This isn't.
Hold on, Susie, hold on.
This isn't really a question, it's a little story. I visited somebody yesterday, early evening, approximately before 6 o'clock. And I walked into the room and there was somebody feeding the patient. And it was just joyous because she has a problem feeding herself. So I sat myself down on the chair and I was just listening to conversation, and I heard her say, "Speak English, please." And I thought, well, who is she talking to? And then I listened and I heard the gentleman speaking something, but I don't know what it was, but it was not English. And I thought, well, she just asked him to speak English and he did not respond in English. And she asked him again and he did not respond in English. And then all of a sudden it dawned on me, he was not talking to her. He was talking to somebody else. Like they had these phone bobs, or things that they can put in their ears and talk on a telephone. So he was talking to somebody else on this communication and not talking to the patient. And had I seen somebody, I did go out of the room, somebody said, "Can I help you?" Because I looked like I was angry. I was very angry. And they very politely said, what's the matter? I told them what was the matter. Within 2 minutes, that young gentleman was removed. I did find out that he was a nurse or a CNA from the registry, and they only had 2 CNAs, and they both were from the registry. So then I'm thinking, well, would I rather have somebody not speaking English feed her, or somebody not there and not feeding her? So it was not very good that they were there, but maybe we could have a communication with the patient explaining to them, this person does not respond to English, so that the person in the bed would be saying, "English please, English please," and understanding why they're not being heard. But, so it was a bad thing, but it's better than what it could be. Maybe a little communications with the patient would have helped.
Yes, I am aware of that situation. It was brought up to our attention by the RPM supervisor. He will not be returning to Lorber.
Thank you.
Yes, we've made a note of that with our registry,
And then
but thank you.
the
registry do speak English, they do have, there's English speakers.
Yes, our registry people, they do speak English. I'm not really sure what his problem was, but he will not be returning.
Was it on the phone?
I
Yes.
believe he was
Yes.
talking on the phone with the headset, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, we are down some staff due to COVID. So we had to call for people to come in, cause we still are, on outbreak, yeah. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia. I'm gonna have Sol come up and give us his report.
Hey, Shorty. This is pretty good, right? Everybody can hear me? Oh, yeah. They moved the cord before it would be on this side, and I would try and get it closer to my mouth, and it didn't work, so. All right. Hi, everyone. Afternoon. It's nice and hot out there, but it's nice in here, so, although it does kind of make me want to take a nap. I'm Saul Silverman. I'm the Director of Masonic Assistance and Outreach. I'll give a brief update on Masonic Outreach Services. So MOS, as always, is busy. We have about 225 clients right now that we're serving through our assistance programs. So Masonic Senior Outreach, Masonic Family Outreach, and Distressed Worthy Brother Fund programs. Masonic Assistance, which is our central intake and assistance team, has been busy recently, and that's good because it helps us. One of the things it helps us do is feed the pipeline for applicants coming into the Masonic homes. As you know, there's still availability in Union City, and we'd like to fill those apartments. So we've had an uptick in the number of folks who are applying. We have 69 total applicants for both Masonic homes. 4 of those prospects are for Union City, so that's good. And then part of the reason that I think we have this uptick is that both Masonic Outreach Services and the Masonic Homes team, and you know, through events like Summerfest, we're out there and talking to everybody. And so I wanted to tell you also what we've been doing over the last month and what we're going to do next month. So in addition to Summerfest, we also tabled Prince Hall's annual communication this month, which was great. That was a big event. So we got a lot of interest, and it's just really nice being able to talk to their members about the many services that we offer through the Masonic Homes umbrella of services. So that was great. We were at a widow's luncheon for Chula Vista Lodge number 626. That was last week. And then for presentations, we're actually going to host a webinar, and you're all welcome to join, or if you have anybody who might be interested, they can join us. And it's going to be a webinar on shared housing. So that's going to be August 29th. Our shared housing program in Covina is if you're not familiar with it, it's one of the houses that we have on campus has been converted to a senior independent, totally independent co-housing house. And so you have your own, you know, independent apartment. You have some shared spaces like a kitchen and a living room. It's a really cool program, very affordable senior living there. So if you know anybody in Southern California who's independent and who's looking for housing, it's a great opportunity there. And it's on the Covina campus. So we're going to be hosting a webinar on August 29th. Yeah, let me know if you would like that information. I can send you the link. We have a number of trainings coming up. So, well, we just hosted our Epic Lodge Outreach meeting, which was on the Covina campus, and we brought together all of the Southern California divisions for our Lodge Outreach program, where we train folks to do outreach. So we had many coordinators join us there for that meeting. We also hosted a virtual Lodge Outreach meeting on July 11th for Divisions 1 and 2, those are 2 Northern California divisions. And then we're going to be hosting an in-person Lodge Outreach meeting at Oakland Lodge coming up on August 3rd. So I don't know if there are any training coordinators here right now, but If there are, and you guys are, maybe you're members of Siminoff, you're of course more than welcome to come and join us at that meeting. We also have, we're hosting a virtual meeting for Division 4 on August 20th. And then we have a couple of workshops that are coming up. We're partnering with Masonic Center for Youth and Families to lead two what we call skills workshops for our training coordinators. That's on August 1st and August 22nd. And those are going to be on grief. We're going to train the training coordinators on how to address grief amongst their members, amongst their brothers, and those families that might be experiencing grief and loss. So we're excited to provide those trainings. Again, that's August 1st and August 22nd via Zoom. Yeah, that's all I have. Anyone has any questions?
You're busy.
Yeah, we're busy. That's right. Thanks, everybody. Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
On the shared housing program down in Covina, are the same entry requirements the same as the Masonic home?
No, it's actually it's a completely different program. It's part of our Masonic Outreach Services program. So it's affordable housing. It's senior independent affordable housing. It's not even though it's on the Covina campus, it's not part of the retirement community there. That's a totally separate.
Has nothing to do with the Masonic entity.
Yeah, well, it's part of Masonic Outreach Services, but it's not part of the Masonic homes, the physical residential community there. Oh, are you asking if they need to be Masons?
Yes.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
so there are, yes, sorry, there are Masonic eligibility requirements. So that program is great because we can serve Masons of California, including Prince Hall. It's also open to any member of a Masonic organization or entity within California, so Order of Eastern Star. If for some reason you weren't a Mason of California, what did I do wrong?
I'm moving.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kim says she's gonna move in. And so, if for some reason you were like an out of jurisdiction member, but you had joined like, Shriners or something in California, you would also be eligible for that program.
Gotcha, thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. Any other questions? Good. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Boy, we're gonna break this mic. We're gonna really break this mic. Next up, I'm gonna have Gerardo come up. Jeremy is out today, so he's gonna come and give us an update for the dietary department.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Everybody can hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I'm Gerardo with Dining Services. I just have a few updates or reminders. July 27, we have the family barbecue. Great weather, good food. It's gonna be a lot of activities, a lot of fun. So we expect you to see you there. Food forum on July 30th, 2 o'clock here on the auditorium. And we have brunch on August 11th. Yes, it's back. That's all from my end. Thank you. Any questions?
Writing it down, tell me.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Doug, you're up.
Hello, everyone. Nice to see everyone this afternoon. I'm Doug Alvarez, Director of Facilities and Environmental Services, and I've just got a couple of updates for you. Some of the very large and obvious things we've been going through lately. We finally think we've got good control of the thistles throughout the campus. So we've had the contractors going through all of our areas, ripping them all out. So we're very pleased with the improvement there. With that, we have been having some challenges with the irrigation system over the years, some natural erosion and failures. And our vendors are going through a full audit of the whole campus to identify everything that needs to be repaired or upgraded. And we're going through that process, and we hope to have that done in the next week or so. We're holding off on updating the plants and flowers on the campus until we complete the irrigation updates. We don't want to just throw away money putting in plants to look good when we're having issues with the irrigation or the controllers. So once we have that under control, we're going to be bringing in fresh plants and flowers throughout the campus, as well as the Chapel of the Chimes. So I was there with our contractors last week, going over everything, and with Chaplain Joel going over what we need to update. So that's happening. We're pleased and looking forward to the irrigation's getting repaired and start adding some color and some green freshness to the campus. So we're really excited about that. I hope all of you are enjoying the environment of your dining room now that that's complete. Got a bunch of new furniture, lots of new furniture in there, and with that, all of the old furniture has been removed. And what we're doing is we're going throughout the campus and looking for areas where we can repurpose that furniture, both tables and chairs. As you probably may have seen, we've got a large number of chairs out in the patio, and we're working with the building committee to decide on reallocating that to different areas of the campus. Of course, we want to try to, again, repurpose the furniture that we have and enhance other areas as well, other dining rooms, other seating areas to make value of the furniture that we have. So that's kind of all that I have for you today, but I'd like to open to questions.
Here's an area of the dining room wall, all along here. It's a soft surface, and what's happening is when the chairs ding it, it's ripping. There are little rips in that wall all along where the bottoms of the chairs go. And I wondered if that can be repaired and like a clear plastic protecting kind of a thing put in.
I'll take a look at that. I'm sure it can. When it comes to construction, there's always a way to solve things. So yes, I'll look at that. Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Sorry, Doug, I have a question too.
Yes, absolutely.
Streetlights, they're on 24 hours a day on the campus.
Let me check. We've gone through with our vendors, and we're changing all of that out to LED solar. So let me check and make sure that it's not on natural. I actually have the same thing in my home. As soon as the sunlight comes up, my exterior lights go off, and as soon as the sun goes down, everything lights up.
This is a quickie, then I'll give it up. This has to do with the fountain that's in the plaza. Are we still restricting the amount of water we can shoot through that? Is there any way, and I don't know if this has to do with the water situation that you're talking about, is there any way where we can have enough water to where you can hear the water trickle?
Are you referring to the one right out here with the
Yes.
tarl stone?
Yes.
It was designed that way, but we can look at it if we can adjust the flow pressure. Sure.
Thank you.
In the dining room, I've noticed a lot of people switching chairs. There seems to be quite a few people, including my husband and I, who don't find the round back chairs very comfortable. Kind of a webbed-looking chair, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
And I've seen a lot of people switching the chairs so that they don't have to sit in those.
They also don't have wheels on the bottom, so they're hard to push out.
We are working with dining services to accommodate some changes there so that the chairs are much more user-friendly. Yes?
Let me me address that really quick. That has come up about those chairs, so what we're looking for is trying to see, if we can put some type of cushion on the back, and we are, looking with the, not, dietary, but the, design team that helped us with the, dining room to see if we can, fix some of those, insert some of those, the wheels in some of the other chairs. So we send out information to them already. I know a lot of people have said that those chairs with the backing is it hurts on the back. So we're trying to see if we can come up with some kind of cushion in the back as it has on the bottom to see if that will help. And some of those chairs, unfortunately, some of them do have wheels, some of them have wheels on all four legs. And I've also heard, I know Terry also heard that some of those may be a little more slippery than others. So we're looking at those chairs again through with dietary, but the company that brought those chairs to us. So we're working on that. Just wanted to make sure you all knew, yes, we are aware of that.
I have two questions.
Thank you, Soledad.
I guess one is, when you were talking about different chairs, I hope they included the ceramic room for chairs, because the chairs they have in there are very poor. And Kathy said she's talked to you many times about it, but nothing has happened as of yet. That was my first thing, because I go down there and so do other people too. The second one, they asked me to bring it up again. Well, I was out the other night, came in about 10 minutes after 8, and found the door locked, coming from the parking lot to come through to going to Adams. Now, I didn't hear anything about an 8 o'clock curfew. I think that's, number one, way too early. I mean, we all don't go to bed really early like that. And I had a whole load of groceries and different things but I was no way gonna walk around. I tried my fob didn't work. It was a brand new one that I just got. They suggested my name tag. Well, I have no idea where my name tag is anymore. And it's just that, if I hadn't have got in, how would I have got in? I wasn't gonna walk all the way around with a walker full load of
No,
things.
absolutely not. Pat, is this the entrance on 3rd Adams?
It's the one right there by the mailboxes.
Oh, Second Adams,
Second.
okay, Second
Yeah.
Adams, yes,
Not
absolutely, and your fob is not working, you said
My
your
fob
didn't work?
did not work. I
Okay.
stood out there for 20 minutes. I knocked. I
Did
tried
you
my
bring the
fob.
fob over to social services so they can check with IT and see if it was, if we need to program it or give you a new one?
Well, this just happened about 3 or 4 days ago.
Okay.
And I got in by the gentleman, the janitor was vacuuming, and I went and pounded on that door, and he, thank God, let me in. Otherwise, I don't know how I would've got in.
Okay, so we've had the door closure at 8 o'clock for a very long time. All the outside doors close at 8 o'clock for security purposes. I know right now it's light out and it looks so pretty outside at 8 o'clock. But we have that on a time, on a scheduled time, so the janitors or the facility services, and that's just security. But let's look at your fob, and that's been a long time that we've had that issue, that curfew sort of for the doors. I'm sorry your fob didn't work, but let's get your fob working.
I'll have it
obviously.
checked, because
Yeah.
it is a brand new one.
Yeah,
And I've
let's-
only had it probably less than a month now.
Let's take a look at, let's make sure we do it, because we wanna make sure everybody, especially if the residents, they can come back in, obviously.
Right.
We wanna make sure you're also safe and secure at the same time, but the fob should be working.
Yeah, it's
And-
too bad there's not like an emergency button or something to push.
Well, that's
so
why I was
long.
asking if you were coming in through 3rd Adams, because on 3rd Adams, there is a button that you can push, and it rings on the nurse's station, and then they can open the door for you. So,
Okay.
we have that on 3rd Adams, not necessarily, we don't have that there by on the second floor, but maybe we can look and see if we can put something there, push of a button, but we don't have staff there. On Third Adams, we have staff that can, so that's the difference. But I'm sure we can look at it and see if we can make some, modifications. But please bring your fob over to social services.
We'll have it checked.
We can have that checked.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Wouldn't you?
Wait, hold on. Jesse's just gonna follow up with that.
Sorry, I have a follow-up with that, but Doug, I do wanna let you know that that door is a little tricky as well. Even if you have a fob, you beep it, and you have to push the handicap, placard to open. Sometimes it doesn't open automatically, so there is tricks to it, so maybe if we can make it easier for everyone, where it's just a simple beep, and then it opens up. I'm not sure if there's a special little password you have to do with it, but, it is a little tricky. You have to blink twice, maybe kick it once, I'm not sure.
Yeah. It was intentionally designed that way, and Wallenberg is the same way. You put your badge up, and then you push the ADA bar, and the door opens automatically.
Didn't like me the other night.
We'll check, we'll work with IT on your fob to make sure it's operating or needs reprogramming.
It's working, or no? We get going out, we're not coming in. Never used to come in, driving and open.
Back to chairs for the ceramic room. I would suggest looking into it as soon as possible, because people are bringing chairs, the nice light white chairs from the, other side into the ceramic room to use.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you for that. I have it on my list to address. Thank you. Any other questions for the facilities group?
On that, information on getting in the doors on the outside, I think you partially answered that by a security button of some sort that goes directly to the operator. At least you could get somebody to come there and check the door. That or a cordless telephone arrangement, same type of a thing. In today's communications, I don't think that would be too hard, you know.
I have it, thank you. Any other last questions? Yes.
There's two things, the dining room, chairs blocking the exits, and the problem with the doors opening. Could we have some signs installed so that we know what's going on? Because people, I guess it's by the honor system that they don't put chairs blocking the exit doors. And I had no idea about these 8 o'clock curfew. So if we had some signs, at least we'd know.
Which exact door is this you're referring to?
The dining room doors, they're.
Coming into the dining room from the hallway or the
Back
exit?
doors. The exit.
The back door.
Well, you could go in and out, but they'll be blocked sometimes.
I mean, the doors to the outside.
Yes, the doors to the outside.
Gerardo has something to say about that.
Mr. David, after we received the email, we addressed the situation, and we don't see any more chairs on the
I
by the
do
door.
today. I
Yes.
saw it today.
You saw it today?
Yes.
Okay, so we need to.
Walker.
Well, I was there during the lunch service.
No, no,
Was this at lunch, David?
yes.
Okay.
So,
Fire exit. Emergency
The grounds committee, came up with an idea, a suggestion or a thought about putting a intercom from the outside of the South Mall to the front desk. And you're on the grounds committee, and you said that's more appropriate, would go to the building committee,
Yes.
and that you would carry it forward. Has there been any discussion on that?
I have not received feedback. I'll follow up.
You don't have to holler when you use a microphone. You don't have to holler when you use a microphone.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, you do.
The question I have is, the doors that are, some of the doors absolutely work perfect, and on the side of the building, I know the post office door is kind of touchy at times, sometimes it locks open. But if they went up to the upper end of the third, of course, that's going uphill on the drive area, but that one seems to not have any problems. But like you say, maybe they have a different code or what is in the door, but that door sometimes locks open. I've had to report it.
Thank you. We'll check into it, make sure everything's operating correctly. Any other questions for us? None? All right, thank you all very much.
All right, and we have Kim coming up next, and then after Kim, Terry's here, and I don't know if she would like to say something. She can come up and give us an update if she has any updates to give. Sorry, I had to put you on the spot.
It's all good. Go ahead, Kim.
Thank you, Soledad. Good afternoon, everyone. Kim Haig, Senior Director of Events, Recreation, and Volunteer Services. And I'm going to give you a few updates on some events, past and present, and what our active living team is up to. First of all, I just want to thank everyone that came down to our Summerfest this last Saturday. We had a really great crowd. We had a lot of fun, and I just want to thank you for signing up ahead of time, so we had some good counts. And if you were unable to make it, hopefully the next time we have a Summerfest, you'll be able to join us. It was great. We were able to do some tours, and I think we probably showed about 60 people from the Masonic community our facility here, and we got a lot of feedback from that. So again, thank you so much. It was a great day, and it wasn't too hot. We do have some upcoming events here on the campus. One of those is Jam and Jelly Day, and that happens on August the 17th. For those of you that are veterans of the Masonic Home, meaning you've lived here for quite some time, Jam and Jelly Day has been a long-standing tradition with the Order of the Eastern Star and the Masonic Home here to celebrate the residents, for one. In the early days of the Jam and Jelly Day, we lived on an orchard, and the members of the Eastern Star would come and pick the fruit, take it home, can it, and then bring it back as preserves that would carry the Masonic homes through the winter months. Things have changed, mostly due to health codes and things like that, and now it's become more of a social event. And we really hope, I've already put a sign-up sheet up for that, and I see there's quite a number of you that are interested in coming to Jam and Jelly Day, which is amazing. I do know that we will have some special visitors that day. We have a lodge that wanted to come down for a tour that day, and I said, why don't you just join us for Jam and Jelly Day, and then we'll give you a tour. So we have a lodge that's coming that's going to participate in Jam and Jelly Day, so that'll be great. And we also, it's the Order of the Eastern Star is doing a Hands Across the Border. The border's quite long for this Hands Across the Border, but they're doing it with Nevada's Grand Chapter. So we'll have some visitors from Nevada as well. So we'll be able to show off our beautiful facility here on that day. So we're looking forward to that. That's on August the 17th. It is a baseball theme. Hopefully the weather holds out and is cool for us, but we have that happening then. There are a couple of community events, so outside community events that are going to be happening on our campus. I've been working quite closely with Union City Police Department. They're going to be having a gala celebration here on our Masonic Homes campus in the auditorium and out on the patio. And that'll happen on September 7th. It's a big event for them, and they're very excited about being here, and we're very excited to be able to partner with our very good friends at Union City Police Department. Another one of our community partners, the New Haven Schools Foundation, their Mutt Strut is happening on September the 28th, and that happens on the lower lot. We'll put up a sign-up sheet for that as we get a little bit closer so we can see if there are those of you that are interested in going down, how we can transport you down there for that event. But it's, again, an opportunity for our community to see what the Masonic Homes is all about. We've been doing the Mutt Strut here on the Masonic Homes campus for a number of years, and we're looking forward to welcoming back mostly the puppies, but the people too. Here's some of the things that are happening with our active living team for the rest of July. Tomorrow afternoon, right here in the auditorium at 2 p.m., we have a root beer float social. I know those are very popular, so please be sure that you join us tomorrow at 2. On Friday, July the 26th, we have an outing to the Black Hawk Museum. It looks like right now we might have 2 spaces available, so if you're interested, please, 2 spaces still open. So if you're interested, please contact Luz early so you can get in on that. On Monday, there's going to be a craft class up in the 3rd North Craft Room. There is a sign-up sheet at 2nd Sedam, and it looks like there's still spaces open for that, and they're going to be doing coasters. And then on Tuesday, July 30th, there's an outing to Armadillo Willie's Barbecue. Again, those sign-up sheets are at 2nd Sedam, so please make sure you sign up for those. I do want to touch a little bit on some of the events that are happening in August, and one of those that's coming up is the Community Unity event with Acacia Creek. And this is a special 2-day opportunity for us to create dialogue and fellowship between the Acacia Creek residents and staff and the Masonic Homes residents and staff. Past Grand Master Russ Charbonia will be on campus on August 6th and 7th, and he will be leading these individual opportunities that we have during those 2 days. So I know you've probably seen the sign-up sheet. I did want to let you know that right now the dinner on Tuesday evening, which is the 6th, we have reached the maximum capacity that Most Worshipful Russ would like us to have for that dinner. So if you've signed up for that, we look forward to seeing you there. If you signed up and you cannot attend that dinner, please let Luce know, because we do have a waiting list and we want to be sure that we get that filled in. And what we're trying to do is have the same number of residents from both campuses at that dinner so that we can have that dinner and a dialogue conversation on Tuesday night. However, if you were unable to sign up for the dinner, there are other opportunities for you to join in on this Community Unity event. On Tuesday afternoon at 1:30, we're going to do what's called a walk in the park, and that's allowing us to connect through conversations. And that will start here in the auditorium, and we'll pair you off, and you'll be given a topic, and you'll talk with your paired partner about that specific topic. And you can either stay in the auditorium or walk around depending on what the weather's like. So we hope you can make it for that. There's no limit on the number of people that can attend that. And then on Wednesday, we have 2 more opportunities for you to join in the Community Unity event. At 12:30 and at 3 p.m., there is an all-resident town hall opportunity for you to meet here in the auditorium with past Grand Master Russ Charbonia. And it will be a safe place for you to come and express whatever concerns you might have. So it'll be with the Masonic Homes residents and the Acacia Creek residents, those town hall opportunities. You don't have to be at both of them. Pick the time that's more convenient for you and come to that. The town hall will be exactly the same for both the 12:30 and the 3 p.m. opportunity. Now, for those of you that do sign up that want to come to that town hall, in between time, between 2 and 3, for those of you leaving the 12:30 and those coming for the 3, there'll be an ice cream social out on the patio for you. So lots of opportunity for us to get to know our neighbors at Acacia Creek and for them to get to know us. So I do hope that you take advantage of that. And just as a reminder, this is just the start of this community unity process. It's not a one and done. This is going to be a continuing thing that we do with Acacia Creek. All right, some of the other upcoming events that we have, Lou's just locked down the date for our Hillside Olympic Games, and that will happen on August 23rd, and that's in partnership with our gym instructor, Sherry. She's taking the lead on that. We have a Labor Day barbecue on August 30th. That's going to have a luau theme with live entertainment and hula dancers. We have a Pintello outing on September the 8th, which we are planning to take the 26-passenger bus. We did put up an interest sheet, and there were 24 people that signed up on that interest sheet. So I do know that there are people that are interested in going to Pintello. As Soledad mentioned, if those numbers drop, we will switch out the bus that we will use to accommodate the number of people that we're taking. But we're planning on the 26-passenger bus for that. And just as a reminder, our recreation transportation driver, Queen, will be going on vacation August 26th through September 6th. What that means is we're going to be shifting our shopping trips from the morning to the afternoon time. So keep an eye out for those changes in our next calendar. And speaking of the calendar, on August 2nd, we will have the recreation planning meeting right here in the auditorium at 1:30. So please be sure that you join us for that so that Luce can give you updates on what's happening in the months coming up and gather from you ideas of what you'd like to see in the future for our active living team. All right, I think that's everything I have, Soledad.
How about the family picnic this weekend?
Oh, I'm gonna talk about that.
I'm gonna leave that for Soledad.
I thought maybe it was her department.
Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you, Julie. Yes, I left that for last because I knew that that's right around the corner. I hope to see all of you. I'm really excited about this one because, as you know, we have not had a family barbecue for a really long time. We have so many new residents that really would like to, we enjoy social services, the team, recreation and social services, just enjoy meeting families. And then we get adopted too. I know Jessie, she does a whole lot with the family barbecue, and we have not had a family barbecue for a long time. A lot of the residents' family adopt her and now her son, and then you guys, if somebody comes and there's no family, someone will adopt us. We all become a one happy family here when everybody's here. That's one of my favorite events here at the home because we get to see people we don't normally see, or when I have to call a family member for whatever the reason. It's usually business, it's usually healthcare, business, whatever that might be. This time is just to say hello, how are you? And we get, I remember Julie bringing her granddaughter who was just a little baby. Now that girl is taller than I am, but it doesn't take much. But anyways, we've known, your grandkids, your family, your friends that come to this event. So yes, Saturday, and I ordered good weather. So hopefully we will have good weather for us on Saturday. We're gonna have good food, entertainment, we have face painting.
What kind of food?
What kind of food?
Yeah.
We're gonna have barbecue food, we're gonna have hot dogs and hamburgers and chicken and potato salad and green salad and fruit, watermelon slices, there you go. So we're gonna have, a good meal. We're gonna have good meal, good friends, good food. So, that will be Saturday, and we will be here, ready to go. The other thing that I had for you is we are going, as you know, budget. This is the time where I lose a little bit of the hair I have left, because we have to make sure we do things right, or try to do the best that we can for everyone, okay? So I shared last week, I think, Jeannie, we met last week, see, I don't even know what day it is, with a budget committee, and I shared the preliminary capital budget for 2025. Obviously, it was just the preliminary, so they can see, and we went through it. It was a lengthy meeting, but it was very, very, very good meeting. Obviously, when we are done with what is approved, we will share it again with the budget committee, and I'm sure that will be brought up to the resident council, so the resident, in the open and resident council meetings can be shared, and we will certainly share as well. That, and one more thing is, Cynthia said a little bit about what's happening in Lorber. Yes, we do have COVID cases again. We have a few updates, and people say, well, we need to know. We cannot, that's a HIPAA issue, and we want you to know, all you need to know, or we want you to know that COVID is still with us. There's, ups and downs. Sometimes we have nobody, no staff, no residents, and then we have little spikes. And right now, I know Cynthia, not that we are comparing, but Cynthia in skilled nursing was clear for a while, and we were kind of in a roller coaster right here, 2-3 staff and residents and so on, and then it spiked for her and it came down for us. So it's just an everyday battle, but we will continue, and just please continue to be safe as always, and just continue to stay safe. That's the main thing. And now, yes, Marty.
At the barbecue, will the guests be asked to be wearing masks when they're outside?
No.
Thank you.
Because the regulations have changed. Visitors can come here and outside. Lorber is a different story. And visitors in Lorber, we recommend, highly recommend, but no mask wearing yet.
I have a question, and it's already been brought up, but I'll bring it up again.
Yeah.
And that's of the employees talking in a foreign language. And it's got out of hand on our floor with one of the new girls. I found out today they were also told just the day before, which was Tuesday, not to speak in a foreign language around the residents. And by the same token, this new hire seems to have been in that where they asked and talked about it, and yet she flaunted her way of, and I mean, she spoke very loudly. You could hear her up and down, quote, the 5th floor. And it's embarrassing to me because I don't know what they're saying and who they're talking about. So it's probably gonna keep going, but I'm bringing it up anyway. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and we will take care of that. We will talk to the management there for the team and make sure that they know and they understand what the consequences are if we continue to hear that. Thank you for bringing that up. And now with that, we have Terry.
Hi, everybody. How are you? Good to see MHCU, good afternoon. I'm Terry Quigley, the president and CEO of Masonic Homes. So happy to be here with you today. And thank you, Soledad and Cynthia and Chris and all of us for the reminder about COVID. The new strain is called something silly, flirt is what they're calling it. I don't know why. Stands for something. But it has been, I think, a little less contagious, but people have had some symptoms and been sick. So it's just a good reminder for us, whether it's COVID or the flu. If you're not feeling well, please let somebody know. Please take reasonable precautions. Don't gather with others if you're not feeling well. We're trying to encourage staff to do the same thing to make sure that we keep whatever we have contained and we don't end up with a bigger issue. So thank you all for, and if you need or want to wear a mask, absolutely feel free in any situation on campus to ask for a mask to make sure that you have that available to you if you so desire. I just wanted to say a few words. One, to thank Kim and the team for Summerfest. For those of you who were there, it was a pretty awesome event. It is so nice to be kind of back in the world, inviting people onto campus, not just the Union City folks, Acacia Creek and Masonic Homes, but we had some board members here, we had some family members here, we had some other lodges coming to visit, a lot of first timers on campus, which was incredible. We had a lot of folks touring the campus. So it's so wonderful to see kind of the gates open back up and inviting people in a really meaningful way. So everybody had a great time. I think those of us who found it a little warm really enjoyed the Kona ice a lot. It was a great time. So thank you all to the team and to all of you who participated. You've seen a couple memos from me since I've been with you last. So just wanted to talk briefly about those and see if you had any questions. The first you heard from me was that the Masonic Homes Board and the Acacia Creek Board, upon hearing of Chuck Major's retirement, who is the CEO of Acacia Creek, have decided that I will have the privilege and the honor to be the CEO of not only Masonic Homes, but also Acacia Creek. Some of the questions that I've gotten have been, is this an unusual situation? Not at all. Many CEOs serve over more than one organization or entity. The questions I've gotten are we combining the boards? And we are not. There will be continue to be two boards for the foreseeable future at least. The boards have not made any movement towards combining or consolidating those. So Ron Shu, God love her, will now be the responsibility for twice as many board meetings a year. But it won't affect how we operate here at all. It doesn't affect our governance. It doesn't affect what you have come to, I think, expect of me in my role as CEO. I think it does give us a great opportunity to continue to build the collaboration, the community unity that we've been working so hard on over the last year. So I think it's a great opportunity for all of us. I think for Masonic Homes, the opportunities come in, when we have more brains in the room, we end up with better solutions. And so not only our brains come to bear, but also the team at Acacia Creek. I think it also gives us redundancies that we don't have right now. So for instance, if a key person is out at Masonic Homes, who can we lean on at Acacia Creek to be able to help us to make sure that things continue to run smoothly? So I think it gives us some bench strength across the two communities to make sure that we have more people available to meet our needs across the entire campus. So I think it's going to be good news all around. And then the other memo that you saw from me is relating to MHCUC, Masonic Center for Youth and Families. Historically, for some time, since I think 2008, 2009, the Masonic Youth, the MHCUC program in Northern California was based in San Francisco, actually in the Presidio. And while that worked really well for the purposes that it was established at that time, it struck us that we've been in East Bay for 125 years, and we don't have a presence with MCYF in East Bay. So the lease was expiring in the Presidio, and so we had an opportunity to decide where we wanted to relocate that office, and chose to move that office onto the Union City campus that will give us a center of excellence and service for the Union City campus, our residents and families here, but also for the entire East Bay area. It's a model that we've already tried in Southern California and has gone really, really well. We found that the connection between MCYF and the Covina area is very strong. They serve the Pomona Unified School District, for instance, actually contracts with them to provide counseling to the kids that need it in that school district. So there's an opportunity for us to see, are there partnerships in the East Bay area, in Union City, in the Tri-Cities area that are a good match for us in the community? I think the other opportunity is, you know, sadly what happens when you have a team of people who have no connection to your home base, if you will, meaning Union City, they don't feel like they have a deep connection with Masonic Homes. So I think bringing them on campus will give us a deeper connection to one another. The MCYF staff will be part of our normal resident staff. I would expect that you'll see them here, just like you do saw for MOS, that they'll be able to give you a report on what they're doing in East Bay. So I think it will give us a deeper connection. Also looking to make sure that they're fully connected to the youth orders, and the youth orders are fully connected to the Union City campus. Joseph and I have been working hard on that to make sure that that's a priority for us, to deepen those connections with the youth orders, MOS, MCYF, all of us here together in Union City. So I think they'll be located in the event center up on the hill. It means it's kind of perfectly staged to have 4 offices for therapists and counselors, as well as an area for the kids to play inside, and an area for families to wait for their children. It does not mean that we won't be able to use the event center. We'll continue to have access to the event center for events when we need them, and we can book it for that. But it is otherwise an underutilized space. I think we'd all agree to that. So this felt like a great opportunity to bring them on campus and have a great space for them to provide services. A really healing environment with a beautiful view. So that's what's happening with MCYF. Questions about any of that? I'm not that good. I know that, you know, I didn't explain it that well. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.
Very good. Very good.
All right, a little birdie whispered something to me. I said curfew. That's a no-no because you are not children. You can come and go. This is your home. So I'm gonna apologize for that, and we will look at that door that we will make sure that it works somehow, some way. We will fix that door. Yes, I know, Susie's laughing. I know, I said curfew. I can't believe it. You know, I haven't used curfew since my kids were teenagers, and here I was. Anyways, thank you all. I hope to see you all on Saturday. Like I said, I ordered good weather. It's not gonna be as hot as it is today or it was yesterday. And I'm looking forward, we are looking forward to seeing your families and your friends here on Saturday. Thank you.
I love it. I don't know how they get so much done. Oh, I guess